Hi, I'm Shanika, the Jamaican Raven, and welcome to Jamaican Raven Tea Shop. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to make elderberry syrup, but with a little Jamaican twist because duh. Why elderberries, you ask? Elderberries are a great antiviral and immune boosting herb, and we're still in cold and flu season, so our bodies need a little extra support, a little extra help to keep all them cooties away. I'm going to show you what ingredients we'll be using, exactly how to make this syrup and how to use it. And I have no little helpers this week, but they'll be back. The ingredients we'll be using are antiviral, immune boosting, loaded with vitamin C, are anti-inflammatory, and so much more. All right, let's get into it.
All right, y'all. So the first ingredient is elderberry. Obviously, elderberries are antiviral, they're decongestants, and they're also high in vitamin C. Next, we've got cinnamon. Cinnamon is an expectorant. It helps to get rid of excess mucus. Same goes for cloves. And then we got some cayenne. I know what you might be thinking, but trust me, it's great. It really helps to open up the lungs and to also get rid of excess mucus. Then we've got the Jamaican Holy Grail, ginger. Ginger saves lives, okay? Ginger is a great antiviral and really helps to warm the body up. Then we have a lemongrass, or fever grass as we call it, which is an amazing antioxidant because it is loaded with vitamin C. Then we're also going to use some honey. That's what's going to make it a syrup. Honey also has its own medicinal properties. It's also very soothing to the throat. You're going to need a pot and a lid. A pot with a lid. You're going to need a pot and a lid. Very important steps here. You're also going to need something to put your syrup in afterwards. And you're going to need a few measuring things. Oh, water. I jumped the gun. We need some water. I use bottled water because I don't like tap water, especially my medicine. Here are the measuring things. Some spoons and cups and a measuring cup. All right. Let's get down to business. So we're going to start by measuring out our elderberry. I had attempted to measure out 1 cup and realized I didn't have that much. So I went for half a cup instead. But that's okay because we're going to make up for it with the other herbs that are going into our decoction. A decoction is a really strong tea. Basic terms, really strong tea. Then we're going to go in with 1 cinnamon stick and 1 teaspoon of cloves. I had a brain fart. And in a moment, we're going to do 1 teaspoon of ginger as well. Like I said, ginger is the holy grail in Jamaica, okay? The holiest grail. Then we're going to go in with our lemongrass. There was something in my mouth and it was really nasty, guys. It was really nasty. Now prepare to witness me struggling to pour out a half a cup of lemongrass. It was a real tragedy. But I eventually got there. We are not going to add our cayenne or honey in just yet. We're going to save them for later on in the video. And I just like to tidy up as I go. Makes it so much easier. Now we're going to measure our water. Get your liquid measuring cup. That's what it's called. A liquid measuring cup. And your water. And I was in here doing some grade 10 chemistry. I was making sure that thing was measured properly. And you're going to put that in the pot as well. I measured out 1 cup at a time because I didn't want to put too much liquid in because you can always add more water, but you cannot take it back out. It don't work like that. Now I'm realizing that I forgot the spoon because you want to give it a little stirry poo. Let me show you what it looks like. So this is what all the ingredients look like. Just want to stir it around, make sure everybody's covered in water, everybody's good to go. So I decided to go back and add half a cup because it just looked like it needed a little bit more liquid. This is the first time I'm making this particular recipe, so this is really just trial and error, and I thought I'd just take you guys along with me. I got interrupted. My father stepped in, and he was concerned that y'all were going to see him in this video. He was looking for a snack, and I was standing in the way. He couldn't find the snack he wanted to because I ate it the day before. He eventually found something to eat, so win-win. Before we started, I was like, oh, I can just cut you out, but I ain't finna do that, clearly. So I finished measuring my half a cup, back on my grade 10 chemistry-ish, measuring at that meniscus, and put it back into the pot. And we clean as we go. I went to stir the pot to make sure everything was, mixed up together there, now that I added that extra bit of water. And will y'all believe that the spoon dropped out of the pot? Like the spoon just go bloops out of the pot. Disrespectful. And I was like struggling to find something to take it out with. And I ended up finding measuring cups that I've been looking for months. And I finally found these big ass barbecue tongs, but use what you got. See it there? Right there, so spoon. Right. Now we're getting ready for the main event. Getting our pot and our lid together. Doing a quick little 10-second tidy before I turn the stove on because we're not catching on fire tonight. No siree. So you're going to turn your burner. Eventually, you're going to turn it to simmer. But first, we're going to turn it on a high heat. And we're going to watch until the pot looks like this. Till it starts bubbling up. And then we're going to put it onto a simmer. We're going to set our timer for 40 minutes. This needs to simmer pot closed for 40 minutes. When your timer goes off, you can take the lid off your pot. And it'll look like that. Now is when we're going to add our cayenne in. Like I said before, we're just going to add a little bit. A little teeny, weeny, bitty tops. I don't know why I was struggling to find spoons today. See, a little tops. Just ploop into the pot. Then you give it a little stir and don't drop the spoon in. And then we cover back the pot. And now we're going to set another timer for 10 minutes. But we're not going to turn the stove on. We are going to leave the stove off. We're going to move the pot to a different burner. And then this is what it looks like when it's done. And now it is time to strain. You need a large bowl and a strainer. Did I realize my strainer was too small before I started? No. I realized as I was pouring out this hot liquid that this strainer might be a little too tiny. But y'all, I made sure I got every single drop out of the pot there. Every single drop. Waste not, want not. You hear what I'm saying? Waste not, want not. Every single drop. Now let's give it a little taste before we put the honey in there. Always taste it before you put the honey in there. It's nice to know what they taste like without any sweetener in there. So we're going to go back to our liquid measuring cup. And yes, I spilled it because my name is Shanika and I'm a spiller. I spill things. This is me looking to see exactly how much I have in the cup because that will determine how much honey we're going to put in there. And I have about a cup and 3/4. Yes, a cup and 3/4. So I'm going to clean up my spill and then I'm going to add in 1 cup of honey. When making syrups, you want to make sure you are putting an equal amount or as close to equal as possible amount of sweetener, whether it be honey, maple syrup, agave, raw cane sugar, because when you put the same amount in, then that's what's going to make it a syrup. That's what's going to thicken it up and make it a syrup. Because if you just put a little itty bitty bits in, then it's not really going to give you that syrupy effect. Once again, me and the spoons, we were at war today. They were never there when I needed them. Never there. I'm going to take this moment to just state a little caution here if you're going to try this recipe. I wouldn't suggest trying it if you are pregnant, nursing, if you are using diabetes medication, or if you are going to surgery in the next couple of weeks, because the elder tree, when the berries are fresh, they're like kind of a little bit toxic, but using them dried drastically lowers that risk. But better safe than sorry. Pregnant and nursing women, better safe than sorry. Elderberry has also been shown to lower blood sugar, and so if you're taking diabetes medication, your blood sugar is already going down significantly, so you don't want to lower that anymore, because you will pass out and maybe death. And also, elderberry kind of slows down the clotting effect of blood. So if you go into surgery and you start bleeding, you might not stop. So just keep that in mind. And after filling those 2 bottles, which are each 8 ounces, I have about half a cup left over. And then I was minding my own business, and the fridge was trying to play games with me, trying to take me for a fool. So I had to just show who was boss, I had to just box it up one time and show it can't frighten me. And then I found an extra bottle hiding in my little stash. I'm just triple checking that it is clean, and it was. So I'm going to pour that extra half a cup that I have left over in here, and I'm going to save it for later because I'm going to do something special with it, y'all. So stay tuned for that. So this recipe made I almost dropped it. Oh my God. This recipe made 2 8-ounce bottles and a little extra on the side. And using elderberry syrup is so easy. I like to take a spoon like this, a tablespoon, a dessert spoon, I don't know what it's called. And of course, I'm spilling it everywhere. But I like to take one of these pretty much every morning, just to give my body a little extra oomph. Or if I'm feeling like I got cooties, then I'll probably end up taking it about 3 times for the day. Easy peasy, elderberry squeezy.
And it's as simple as that. The hardest thing about making syrup is waiting for the decoction, because impatience. But this immune boosting syrup can be added to your everyday wellness routine to help support the body. And if you got cooties, you can take it too, because it will help you too. Maybe, who knows? All the ingredients and measurements and other key info is in the description below. To find out what special thing I'm planning to make with the leftovers, head over to our Instagram at Jamaican Raven, where we'll be making our surprise live on IG this Friday. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed, give this crazy video a thumbs up, subscribe, and all that niceness. Okay, bye.